Okay guys, installing electronics. I used wood pieces and I epoxied them on to the boards. Then that's going to be double-sided tape to hold this in. You're going to use your Lexan, make some brackets like that, epoxy them in, glass them in, whatever you want to do. These will fit right in between. Kind of hard to do with one hand, but fits right in there like that. And then this one right there, tight squeeze. And you can see my electronics. Again, I epoxied them to the board. Be careful not to get any wires or resistors or anything. You don't want to hit into those. And then what you do is you put screws into the actual Lexan. And since these electronics are not big enough, tall enough, they barely fit into the hole of the actual dash. You have to make the Lexan taller so you can screw it into the top of my L brackets here. And this Lexan's really strong, and that's why I'm able to screw through the Lexan with the wood pieces that I put on here. The reason why I made it longer, again, because the board is too short. This is an old version from Jupiter. I think he still makes them the same way. So many people do it different ways. Some people just use like pieces of metal with two pieces of wood. I don't want to do that. I want mine more sleek. So this is the way I'm doing it. I'll do the same thing over here. I'll put some little brackets down below, and it'll keep the actual Lexan in place. So I'm going to get this one done. I'm going to stick this here and screw it onto this piece. And here you can see I have attached it to my wood pieces. And the reason why I use double-sided tape, because if you ever have to remove it, epoxy is never going to come off without breaking it all. So that's the way I did it. And the reason why I made it long, again, that's going to be where I screw into the Lexan up on top. That way you don't see the screw holes in between the hole of the dash. Alright, got it lined up where I wanted. Make sure the line is nice and flush. This board's real small, so one screw there should be enough to hold it. And the driver's already on it. I mean the back side of it, which is that piece that comes off and on. That's where you plug your wires and connectors in there. So again, this is the old set of Jupiter. I don't know if he made them any different over the years, but this is a very old set from him. So, alright guys, so this 4-season dash only has 2 sections of electronics and the voice box, and then the TV, of course. So pretty much I did half of it already, and that's the end result. It still has the cover on, the Lexan cover that I gotta peel off, but that won't be until later, until I'm ready to have this, well, until after it's painted. But you see how easy it is. It's not that hard if you just think of a good way of doing it, and this is the best way I thought of. I had it a different way before with a bunch of L brackets, a bunch of metal pieces hanging everywhere, and I didn't like it, so I redesigned it. And this is like a real simple way. When you disconnect your electronic board, it comes with the Lexan. It's real easy to do and real easy to install. So you got your little brackets here that I mounted with very little room. It's so tight in there, that's what's keeping it up against the opening with no gaps. So it's a real tight fit. You gotta just kind of angle it in there. Get that side in first, bend this one in there, get this side in, and then push down. That's pretty much it right there. And you'll see there's a gap there. So all you do is get 2 screws, 1 screw there, 1 screw there, and you're good to go. You could also, I might put one more in the middle because I'm probably going to need one here as well, because it does look like it's kind of tight, or it's kind of bowed right there a little bit. You could either add some more glass and straighten it, make it more bent, or you could just get an L bracket, one of these, and just push it in right there as well. And that's pretty much it. And you'll see from the front side, there's no gaps. I got this a little bit off though. I got to push it a little bit more to me. There we go. Okay, there's no gaps in there. Once this thing's bolted down right here up top, See that little bracket right there? This thing's going to be nice and snug against the wall inside, and the bottom, no gaps either. It's really nice and tight right there. And yeah, I mean that's a simple way to do it. It's funny, if you Google Knight Rider electronics install, you'll find a million videos of or pictures of people with these huge, you know, brackets like these that are just like going across the board, and they got cushion holding it in, and it's just so ridiculous. I mean, look at there's hardly, I probably won't even have to trim the dash after doing it like this, because it's not gonna hardly even stick out. You might have to just trim the little plastic bezel edge on top of your dash, but that's about it. Shouldn't have to have this thing way out here with wood, you know. I've seen people using these big chunks of wood. This is just ridiculous. It's overkill. I mean, you're gonna see that when you have it installed. You know, it's ridiculous. You guys, it's a lot easier, a lot simpler ways to do it. I hope this helps you guys out. Just, you know, take your time, make templates, make sure the templates fit. After your templates are done, you can cut out your Lexan. I mean, just take your time with it. I know it's frustrating. It's not an easy 1, 2, 3, bam, I'm done. It takes a few days to do this, and some time and patience. I'm going to do the same thing over here, Mace of Lexan. Again, I'm going to have this thing right here real close, so when the Lexan's in there, it's so tight that it doesn't even need to be screwed in from this side. And then I'll just have screws holding it from the top. I might put one more here in the middle. But yeah, real easy stuff, guys. I know it's in the pain in the butt to do if you don't know how to do it. And even for me, I did it different ways. Like, I had little L brackets that were like this before, off the electronic board going into the Lexan and stuff. I mean, this can fry your board if it hits those any connections here, so you got to be careful if you're doing it like that. But definitely this is a safer way, it's an easier way. And, you know, unscrew a couple bolts, boom, this thing pops right out, you know. And then boom, if you got to service it or anything, you know, you don't have a million different things in your way. So I hope you guys watch this video and it helps you out, gives you an idea of how I did it. Everybody does it different, so it's kind of a gray area when people, you know, call me up or email me, how do I put the electronics in? I'm always like, it's not something I can really explain. People always say, oh, wood blocks, but I don't like the wood block method. It's just too messy. I prefer just little L brackets, you know, like what I got here. You can buy these at Home Depot, they sell them. Okay, I just put this the backboard on, and as you can see, the backboard's, I don't know, it's a little less than an inch, but it does stick out a little bit farther from the first board, but it's not too bad. And that's the finished result right there. All I got to do is put 2 screws here. I got these screws here, and they go in through this bracket, and then it's going to go through the little Lexan, and then you put the nut on, and that holds this part back. Got one right there to do as well. Alright, I just got the template on this one. I just laid it down over the double-sided tape, and it looks really good. There's the back side. Again, the extra wood that's hanging up, that's to mount to the Lexan cover once the Lexan's mounted. This one I'm going to have to wait because I got 2 leads on order. I actually had a bunch of leads that were out, and I fixed some of them. But the yellow, I think, the yellow ones I didn't have any in stock, so I had to order 2 or 3 of those ones. As soon as they come in about a week, I'll replace that, stick these back on, fit the Lexan here, and then screw it to the Lexan, and then that will be done. Then I'll work on the voice box. Okay, I got the next Lexan piece. It's cut, and I'm epoxying 2 brackets in. And then once those dry, it takes about an hour. I'm going to put the Lexan inside And then I know it's gonna have a gap here because it's got a kind of a bend. So you're gonna find out exactly when it's in there how far you need to have this. Once you figure that out, you're gonna mark it with a marker, take the Lexan out, and then epoxy this one in. You might even need two, one on each side. And then after that, I'll do the same thing like I did on this side. I'll put the templates on with stickies, double-sided tape, the templates, and then this will go over it. This will screw in through the wood, drill holes, put little screws, and that's pretty much it. Then you just put it on. I'll take some more videos later, guys.